A good dinner of Shabbos. This week's Parshas Noach. Parshas Noach, we talk about the Mabul, the flood that destroyed the whole world except for Noach and his family, of course. And Noach, we know, built a teva, and he spent many years in the teva. And when it was finally time for him to go in, the pasuk tells us that he went into the teva mipnei mei hamabul, because of the mei hamabul, as if to say that when the water finally started to come down, he decided that he has to go into the teva. And Rashi immediately points out that Af Noach Miktane Yamana Haya. Noach was also from Kitane Yamana. He was lacking in the faith. He was Maimin ve'enai Mamin, Rashi says. He believed, but he didn't really believe. So the question here is obvious. If we think about it, Noach was a person who built the teva. He spent 120 years building a teva. That's a long time to be building something if you're not all in. If you're not all in on something, you don't build it for 120 years. There's no way that Noach did not believe that the Mabul would happen. Otherwise, what was he doing? Why did he dedicate all his life? There are many midrashim and gemaras that tell us different things. I think there's a gemara that says that Noach had to pay from his own money to get the food for the animals. There's other things. There's other things like that. Now, Noach definitely believed that the Mabul was coming. So what does this mean? What is this Rashi telling us over here? So let's leave that question for a second. And I want to point out there's a Sifarnu that is unbelievable. I just saw for the first time this year. The last pasuk in Parshas Bereshis, last week's Parsha, V'Noach Matzachein Be'enei Hashem, and the Sifarnu says an amazing thing. He says, Noach did rebuke the people. He rebuked the people. But he didn't show them how to go in the ways of Hashem. Even though Noach himself was a tzaddik, it's one thing to perfect yourself. It's another thing to try to improve other people. And this is a big side in chinuch. And this, I heard this from Rabbi Levitan, my 9th grade Rebbe. He would say that in chinuch, there needs to be more emphasis on teaching the right thing, more than just constantly telling people what they're doing wrong. Just to be a meichiach, just to tell people what they're doing wrong is one thing, but to truly be something, to truly be a mechanech, you have to show them the right way, and that's something that Noach didn't do. So with that in mind, I think we can understand there's a Kedushas Levi. The Kedushas Levi, and that will answer these questions. The Kedushas Levi says that Noach, he says, V'haya katan be'einav me'oid v'loi haya emuna ba'atzmai. Noach was a katan in his own eyes. He dismissed his own self-worth. He didn't believe in himself. And the Kedushas Levi says that this is what Rashi meant by Noach when he says he was a mikatnei amana, that he didn't have a lot of faith. He didn't believe in himself. He didn't believe in himself. He had no faith in the fact that he was worthy to be mevatel the whole Mabul. He could have stopped it, but he didn't believe in himself. It brings to mind, I have this saying from Rav Tzadok, it's hanging in my kitchen. Just like a person has to believe in the Rebbeinu Shalom, a person has to believe in himself. You're worthy. Everyone is. Everyone's worthy. There's no question that everyone has self-worth, and everyone has to believe that they can accomplish things. They can accomplish amazing things. We all could, and Noach certainly could have as well. And that was his shortcoming, and that's why. That's what it means when it says he was mikatnei amana. He didn't believe that he would be able to stop the Mabul, although he had the ability to do just that. So let's all be zayich. I think this is a tremendous life lesson for all of us, that sometimes we think like, oh, what are we? What are we worth? What did I do? No, it's not. This is the Yetzer Hara talking. Everybody's worthy. Everybody is capable of accomplishing amazing things. So let's all be zeicha to go out there and find what we're capable of and live to our full potential. Have a good Shabbos.